Hi guys, this is Cece here from Cece Sharing Space. In this space, we share views and information on self-development and relationship building. Please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification button and to receive notifications for the new videos. And also, don't forget to click on the like button. Enjoy, thank you. Hi guys, I'd like to continue with my topic on conflict and how to resolve conflict, how to address conflict in your relationships. Okay, we spoke about conflict and how they are part of the human journey. In the previous video, we spoke about the fact that how we can address a conflict situation in our relationships, in our marriages. So now with this video, I'd like to continue from where I left off. Okay, so firstly, I see the honesty. I mentioned honesty as one of the biggest concepts that are important when you are resolving a conflict. Honesty in terms of you speaking your truth to your partner. You see, it's not about what you say, it's how you say things that comes across. It sends a message to the other person you are now speaking to. So honesty is very important. So you can say something that you feel very bad about saying, but if you say it in a certain way which is constructive, it can actually benefit you and your partner in your relationship. And it's actually good. So you need to find ways of speaking and communicating which is constructive, not demeaning the other person, not breaking the other person down, not making the other person angry. So we need to learn how to speak to each other with respect and understanding. So then we'll use honesty. We'll also focus on addressing the issue and not attacking the person. And this can be quite difficult to do. But if you need more information on that, you can Google and find out online on how to tackle issues without tackling the person, without you being violent and accusing the person that you are having this conflict with. Because solving a problem is not about attacking the person, it's about voicing your opinions and also unpacking how you feel about certain things in the relationship that you're not very happy about. Okay, another technique you can use is to be aware of where you address the issue. As I said, you must be respectful. Don't you choose a private time with you when you are alone with your partner, your spouse, or your husband. And then when you also have to process your conflict verbally without using physical actions in terms of using violence. So using words, but remember then words can also be very painful. Words can hurt the next person. So you have to be careful what type of words you're using. Using words that are empowering and not bringing down that person. In most cases, you can start a topic with basically telling the person how much you appreciate them. Like for example, I really do appreciate you. You've been in my life now for so many years, and it's been such a good journey being with you. If you start in a good point, a positive point, then you can then go on and unpack but say, however, in the last couple of weeks or months, we've been going through some issues, and I've been feeling a bit hurt due to certain situations in our relationship. So can we sit down and talk about these things and ask the person how do they feel about the relationship as well? So it just depends on what the issue is at hand that you're trying to tackle. So then you'll tell the person how you feel, and you focus on all the good things about that person, and you tell them, because now you're not attacking them. You're being appreciative, but at the same time you're trying to now go to the point so you can handle or tackle the situation that's causing a conflict. So you can now focus on the situation and not on the person. You're not going to be attacking the person, right? Another technique you can use is don't focus on small things. If there's a small matter that doesn't really hold a lot of significance in your relationship, why should you make that an issue? Why should you make that a conflict issue? Like for example, If a person forgets to take their plate to the kitchen or put it in the sink, why should you cause World War II or III because of that? Think about it. Sometimes you need to choose your battles, as I say. You need to actually be careful what you're actually fighting for. Because some things don't really matter, they're not all that big. But if a person, for example, is rude to you, is vulgar, using vulgar language and stuff like that, and you're not happy with it, those are things, core things that can really damage you as a person. So you speak to that person nicely and address those issues. So then remember that not all small things can be brought up and blown up to big issues, because we need to understand what's important to us as people in our relationship, and we'll focus on those things that are causing conflict in our relationship, not small matters. Then another technique you can use is prevent silent treatments. A lot of couples currently are using silent treatments. I've tried that in my own marriage as well, when I'm having a conflict with my husband. Silent treatment doesn't work, because all it means is that I'm now disrespecting you, I'm now shutting you off, I'm now closing up. And how does it really resolve your problem if you're going to be silent? Because the person will never know how you feel. And for how long are you going to be silent? And are you going to use this technique for every conflict situation? You're going to be using the silent treatment. Before you know it, your partner or your spouse will understand and get your skills and your techniques and understand how you now react. So when down the line you're still using the silent treatment, the person won't even take you serious anymore. They say, okay, well, that's the way she is. She gives me silence treatment and I'm fine with that. I will do my thing. I don't want to talk to her anyway. And how does that solve your problems? It doesn't. Instead, what it does is bruise animosity in a couple, because now the person can see that you're trying to ignore them, you're not speaking to them, and using this as a technique to solve a problem. You can never solve a problem with your spouse or your husband by being silent when there's a need for you to talk. Because inside of you, your emotions, you're hurting, you're in pain, but you're quiet, and you expect that other person now to feel that punishment, and yet you're punishing yourself. That's how I've been experiencing it when I've tried using this technique. Before, I learned that it doesn't really solve anything. It's best for you to talk. Your partner, your spouse, your husband should understand you, that there's certain things that you're not going that hurt you, that you don't tolerate. And the only way you can do that is by voicing out your words and using respect all the time, and giving the other person a chance to speak their truth as well. Because in most cases, conflict is based on people having different perceptions about certain topics. Like, for example, a different perception about how to bring up children, a different perception about what should we go to church or not go to church. That's about religion. Different perception about what to eat, what's healthy and what's not healthy. So this is normal human communication. So there's no need for you to be quiet all the time. So another technique you can use is to be kind to that person as well, because people don't forget to understand that being kind to a person is important. Let the person talk and don't be rude. Don't be attacking the person. This point actually speaks to that other topic of being respectful to a person. So being kind is part of it as well. Be kind to yourself as well. Don't blame yourself for everything, because in a relationship, in life, there'll always be conflicts. So we don't need to blame ourselves or even blame our partners. We just have different points of views on certain issues. So it's okay. Another technique which I find very helpful in my marriage is to agree to disagree. And this is a wonderful way of looking at things, because now I understand my husband has his own opinions, and he has all the right to have his own opinions and perceptions in life. And so do I, because we're two different people. When you get married, you don't become one person literally. That is impossible. You're still two different people. and you're still experiencing life differently, although you're not married. It's because those backgrounds you're coming from is different. You see, so all that conditioning in life is always with us, even in our marriages. So you're coming with your own condition, he's coming with his own conditioning. So you're having different perceptions. So it's also helpful to also just let it be. Let him own his perceptions and you own yours, and then you'll find a middle part, a middle way. Because you don't have to agree with everything your partner says or believes, and he doesn't have to do the same for you as well. Because in life, we cannot always agree on the same thing because we're different people. And in marriages, it becomes tricky because people expect now we're married, we must have the same opinion about everything. And it doesn't work like that. And I found that in my years of marriage, I've been learning about my husband, he's been learning about me, and we're both growing and changing while we're in the marriage and in the relationship. So in this time, we're learning different things about each other. We're learning what we don't like as people and what we like as people. And we're learning to accept each other with all these things. It's just like a wonderful friendship. Your friend has different opinions, you have different opinion, and now and again you'll have a conflict. Does every friendship you have end when you're having conflict? No, it doesn't. Same with marriage. You see, so again, marriage is a choice, and everything within marriage is a choice between two people. Getting third party people involved in those conflicts can also cause problems if it's not professional counselors. If you all are now pulling in third party family members to solve those problems, then it becomes a problem because they're gonna take sides. Your husband's people will take his side and your people will take your side. So it's best for you all to get an external person to get involved. That's another technique of addressing conflict in a marriage or relationship. Do not in what you call do not call in third party people that are family. You might as well get the advice, yes, but don't always listen to the advice they're giving, because you need to remember it's between you and your husband, you and your partner. That other person is giving you advice has his own point of view. So and in a counseling session with a professional counselor, they train to be objective. You understand? They train to be outside of your marriage, and they help you all unpack it. They don't get involved. They don't tell you all how to solve your problems. Okay, this is a mouthful. I'm going to stop right here. I hope you'll enjoy this and you'll found it helpful. Thank you again for tuning into my channel, and please don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. Thank you.